All right, good afternoon, guys. This is Ricky's Capero of End Time Headlines. I want to show you this headline that just came out today and give you a quick ministry update as well. So there you go. You can see that on our main, this is the screen of our main website. Children will be microchipped very soon. I'm going to turn you around here real quick. Good afternoon, guys. You can see behind me some wires hanging down. I'm actually in my basement. We are in the process of moving. A lot of you guys already know that. And we've got about 2 more days until we are actually leaving Cleveland, Tennessee. We'll be heading up to Georgia for a couple weeks as a transitional point. And then we will be moving down, or up to Indiana to our, moving back to our home where we feel home, where my roots are. But I want to give you a quick update on this. This is pretty crazy. Again, if you're just joining me, this is the founder, the pastor, and the voice of End Time Headlines, Ricky Scapero. I want to give you this quick story that's going on our main website. I just posted this on our main website at endtimeheadlines.org, endtimeheadlines.com. And I'll show you this. You can find the link to that there. But let me give you this headline. Quote, an NBC News report that promotes the microchipping of children asserts that it will happen sooner than later. And the Americans, listen to this, and that Americans will eventually accept the process as something just as normal as the barcode. Let me say that again. Your children, my children, if you're listening to this and you've got kids, I know myself, I have an 8-year-old and an 11-month-old. He's getting ready to turn 1-year-old next month. An NBC News report is now promoting the microchipping of children and saying that this will happen sooner rather than later, and that Americans will eventually accept this process as something as normal as the barcode. Good afternoon, guys. It goes on to highlight that the mother of 3, Stephanie Rodriguez Neely, who talks about how she briefly lost her daughter after she hid behind a rack of clothes, bringing to the fore, quote, every parent's nightmare when you can't find your child. So here we go. Here goes the scenario that will get Americans to embrace and accept this procedure of microchipping your children. So here again, here's a woman that they use. She's a mother of 3. She loses her child, and somehow she goes on to say, quote, if I still save my kid, there's no stuff that's too extreme. Let me say that again. She went on to say that this is not an extreme measure if it means that I can locate my daughter. Quote, microchipping would be an extra layer of protection if something bad does happen, kind of like your pets. Americans are already microchipping their dogs and their cats so that if they run out of the house, if they get lost in the neighborhood, they have a microchip. And guys, I've been warning about this for years, that it would only be if, there's an old saying, if you let his head get under the tent, then eventually the whole camel will be under the tent. There's all these sayings. If you let a horse out, out of the barn, eventually, they're all going to come out of the stable. You give the devil an inch, he'll want a mile. There's all these sayings. So we've talked about that. If we can get a populace to embrace the concept of putting a chip implant into a living organism, such as an animal, a pet, a dog, a cat, a bird, whatever the case may be, if we can get society to embrace, tolerate, and accept microchipping dogs, cats, birds, pets, whatever the case may be, we knew that it would not take long for a society to embrace putting these chips into their children in the name of safety, national security, and even health care. We've talked about that. Healthcare will embrace this because we've talked about this. There's a scenario where here's Bob going down the road. Bob has a microchip in his hand. Bob gets in a car accident. There's nobody in the car but Bob. They can't access his medical records because Bob is he's unconscious from a wreck. So they take his hand, they scan Bob's hand. Bob has a microchip in his hand, and it just so happens that in that microchip is all his health records. It tells the doctors, the nurses, the medical emergencies, the EMS. It tells them whether or not he has diabetes, whether he has heart conditions, what kind of prescription drugs he's on. It tells them if he has insurance, if he don't have insurance. So again, all this in the name of in the medical industry, in the name of convenience, is allowing Americans and society to embrace this. Okay. So then now here we are with the security measures of allowing a populace to embrace putting chips in their children in the name of safety so that their children do not get lost, so that they can find them, so that they can locate them. So here we go, guys. What are we talking about? We're talking about the conditioning of the people to embrace the mark of the beast, which is a system that will eventually come down the road. Revelation chapter 13, where small, free, bond, great, it doesn't matter, black, white, brown, it doesn't matter your nationality. It doesn't matter your economic status. It doesn't matter if you're tall, if you're short, or if you're skinny, if you're fat. It doesn't matter. All these things don't matter. But it will be a global system which citizens from around the globe will embrace this system freely. I believe the majority will gladly accept this system be put into their bodies in the name of convenience and national security, health care, and buying and selling. So this is crazy, guys. So again, you can find this full article at endtimeheadlines.org, endtimeheadlines.com. Again, if you're just joining me and you say, what the heck is, what is that behind you? What's the wires? Again, we are in the process of moving. We are moving from Tennessee to Indiana, and this is why we're here for a couple more days. So you guys keep me in prayer as we will be doing a lot of moving, transition. We'll be on the road from one locality to another. Again, we'll be going from Tennessee. We'll be in Georgia for 2 weeks, and then we'll be moving up north to Indiana. Looking forward to getting my stakes down, getting rooted and grounded. So I won't be on here as much for the next few days. Once I get to Georgia, I'll probably be on here. Try to be on here quite frequently like I have been, but for the next few days, for the next 3 days, I'll be on here when I can. But again, we're in the process of moving. So again, thank you guys. God bless you for the support. Thank you for following End Time Headlines. If you've not subscribed, you can do that at endtimeheadlines.org, endtimeheadlines.com. We'll probably put this up on YouTube as well. So if you go down there on the bottom of the description of YouTube, if you're watching that, you can find the link. Down there below, you can find out how to support this ministry and follow us and so on and so forth. So again, God bless you guys. Stay safe, and we'll keep you in our prayers as you keep me in your prayers. Thank you guys. We'll see you soon. God bless.